Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Jaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayeshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiti
Bhaktin Bhavati Naistiti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki
Devaki Nandana
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa
Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govinda
Govindaya Namo
Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, text number 21, 1-19-21. The chapter name is The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. Please repeat behind me. Sarve vayaṁ tāvat ihāsmahe atha.
Sarve vayaṁ tāvad
Kalevaram yāvat asau vihāya.
kalevaraṁ yāvad asau vihāya
Lokaṁ param virajaskaṁ viśokaṁ.
lokaṁ param virajaskam viśokaṁ
Yāsyaty ayaṁ bhāgavata-pradhānaḥ.
yāsyaty ayaṁ bhāgavata-pradhānaḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Sarve,
Sarve,
all.
all,
Ayaṁ,
vayaṁ,
of us.
of us,
Tāvad,
tāvat,
as long as.
as long as
Iha,
iha,
at this place.
at this place.
Āsmahe,
āsmahe,
shall stay.
Stay.
shall stay,
Atha,
Atha.
hereafter.
hereafter,
Kalevaram,
Kalevaram.
the
kalevaram,
body.
The body.
the body,
Yāvad,
Yāvat.
yāvad, asau,
the king.
The king.
the king,
Vihāya,
Vihāya.
giving up.
Giving up.
Lokam,
Lokam.
the planet.
lokam,
The planet.
planet,
Param,
Param.
the
param,
supreme.
the supreme,
Virajaskaṁ,
virajaskam,
completely free from mundane contamination.
Completely free from
completely
mundane
from mundane
contamination.
contamination.
Viśokaṁ,
Viśokaṁ,
completely free from all kind of lamentation.
Completely
completely
free
freed
from
from all kinds of lamentation.
Yāsyaty,
Yāsyaty.
Yāsyaty,
returns.
Returns.
Ayaṁ,
Ayaṁ.
ayaṁ,
this. Bhāgavata,
Bhāgavata.
devotee.
Devotee.
Pradhānaḥ,
pradhānaḥ,
the foremost.
The form.
foremost.
Translation prepared by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnabinda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. We shall all
We shall
We
all
shall all
wait here
wait here
wait here
until the foremost devotee of the Lord,
until the
until the
foremost
foremost
devotee of
devotee
the
of the Lord,
Mahārāja Parīkṣit,
Mahārāja
Mahārāja
Parīkṣit
Parīkṣit,
returns to the supreme planet,
returns to the
returns to the
supreme planet,
supreme planet,
which is completely free from
which is completely
which is
free from
completely free from
all mundane contamination
all mundane
all mundane
contamination
contamination
and all kinds of lamentation.
and all
and
kinds
all
of
kinds of
limitation.
lamentation.
Purport. Beyond the limitation of the material creation, which is compared to the cloud in the sky, there is a Prabhoyama, or the spiritual sky, full of planets called Vaikunthas. Such Vaikuntha planets are also differently known as the Purushottam Loka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikrama Loka, Rishikesha Loka, Keshava Loka, Aniruddha Loka, Madhava Loka, Pradyumna Loka, Sangarshana Loka, Sridhara Loka, Vasudeva Loka, Ayodhya Loka, Dwaraka Loka, and many other millions of spiritual lokas wherein the personality of Godhead predominates. All the living entities, there are liberated souls with spiritual bodies as good as that of the God. There is no material contamination. Everything there is spiritual, and therefore there is nothing objectively lamentable. They are full of transcendental bliss and are within birth, death, old age, and disease. And amongst all the above mentioned Vaikuntha Lokas, there is one supreme Loka called Goloka Vrindavana, which is the abode of the Lord Sri Krishna and his specific associates. Mahārāja Parīkṣit was destined to achieve this particular Loka, and the great rishis assembled there could foresee this. All of them consulted among themselves about the great departure of the great king, and they wanted to see him up to the last moment, because they would no more be able to see such a great devotee of the Lord. When a great devotee of the Lord passed away, there is nothing to be lamented, because the devotee is destined to enter into the kingdom of God. But the sorry plight is that such great devotee leave our sight, and therefore there is every reason to be sorry. As the Lord is rarely to be seen by present eyes, so also are the great devotees. The great rishis, therefore, correctly decided to remain on the spot till the last moment. Hare Krishna. So here, all the sages, they are discussing in the bank of Ganges. Parikshit Maharaj came and sit for he wanted to do the fast until death, and the 7 days he is going to hear the glories of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, if such things happening with the mundane person, so what is the current situation in the material world? If somebody is not well, even the body is not well, we know that the person is not going to sustain. But still, what we are doing, immediately we are taking to the hospital, put him on the ICU, and we are trying to make him awake, make him right. Even though people be aware of that, that's a very old person, is already almost gone, nothing can be done. But still, we have the desire to, you wanted to preserve him again in this material body. You want to keep him here only. So that is the way of mundane way of seeing the person, somebody dying. But in this case, if you see, all the sages are happy. They know that after 7 days, the Mahārāja Parīkṣit going to die, but all are happy. Why? Because everybody knows the foresee that he is going to the Goloka Vrindavana. So here in the Prabhupada, in the purport is explaining, there are millions of Vaikuntha Lokas are there. Beyond this material world, there is spiritual world. The spiritual world, millions of Vaikuntha Lokas based on the each and every qualities of the Lord. See, Purushottama Loka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikrama Loka, Rishikesha Loka. So whatever the way Lord came to this material world and did pastimes, each pastimes is happening in the different lokas. So the devotees who are aspiring with a particular form of the Lord, if we are connected with that deities, at the end of the life, if they think about the Lord, definitely they will go back to that specific loka. So here, the Mahārāja Parīkṣit, he was connected with Supreme Lord Krishna, and he was always thinking about Krishna. So that's the reason everybody is saying that he is going back to Goloka Vrindavana, where Krishna personally resides. So he is going that planet. So there it is specified that here it is saying that it is completely free from all mundane contamination and all kind of lamentation. So So here the word Vaikunta. Kunta means all the miseries are there, that is Kunta. Vaikunta, that means where there is no miseries, no contamination, and there is no lamentation. So the material world is full of miseries and lamentation, and the spiritual world is just opposite to that. And the material world only, we are having the dualities, good, bad, and all those dualities. But in the Vaikunta planets and the Goloka Vrindavana, there is no duality. Only the goodness is there. There is no bad, only goodness. There is happiness always. There is no sad at all. So there is no duality there. Only positivity is there. So that's why it is here, it is mentioned that it is free from mundane contamination and all kind of lamentation. So in that, attaining that position is a great thing in our life. So we are everybody, all the living entities who born in this material world, they're supposed to aspire to reach any of this planet according to their mood, how they connected with the Lord. So for that, first of all, they supposed to know who is God, what is the relation between us and God, and what we need to supposed to do in this life so that we can reach this, any of the spiritual planets. So reaching the spiritual planet is our goal of life. So that is the goal of life. It is not I need to be a doctor, I need to be a scientist, I need to become a crorepati. These are all the goals. Even though you set these goals, when you become old, all these goals will go off. Even you can't walk. So in that situation, we can't think about any of their goals. That time our goal will be, at least let me wake up, let me walk 2 steps, let me speak something, let me eat something. That will be our goals. So goals will be that mundane goals or material goals will be changing always. But our topmost and the foremost goal is, primary goal is going back to Godhead. That is the primary goal of all of our living entities. But all other living entities, apart from the human being, not provided with that much intelligence. So human being in only provided with that intelligence to understand, we need to go out of this material world. We need to go out of this birth and death. Birth, death, old age, and disease. This is the qualities of the mundane world, the material world. I need to go out of from this. So that is the thinking. That is the intelligent person will think. I need to go out of this. And Prabhupada also explaining that if somebody leaving this material world, immediately we will lament. And if even normal people also leaving, we will lament. With some senior actor, some politician, famous person, we will lament. Everybody lament. If some of our family members, then only the family members and some relatives may lament. But for the other people, for cine stars and for the great personalities, then everybody will lament. But here, that is the way we will be sorry. We need to be sorry, in the sorry position. Why? Because the great personalities who are leaving, they may go away from our eyesight. We may not be able to converse with them in this material world, but they will reach the supreme abode. So that is the qualities of the great devotees. So how it is very rarely we are able to see the God in the material world. See, we are going, if you are going and seeing the Lord's deities, if you are thinking that that is the Lord is there, then then the deities, you can see the Lord in the deity form. If you think that that is only the stone, or that is only a wooden part, or that is just a photo, if you think in that way, that will be a mundane thing only. So by seeing the Lord in his photo or in his statue, for that we need a intelligent eye. Whatever the eye we have, that is the mundane eye, but the mundane eye need to be illuminated with the intelligence eye so that you can see the Lord in all the forms. So it is very rare to see such a intelligent way to see the Lord everywhere. So similar way, the great devotees of the Lord also, it is where very rarely we can see in this material world. And still there are so many, along with us, there are so many great devotees are staying in this material world still, but we are unable to come across, very rarely we are coming across 1 or 2 devotees at a time. So that is the reason it is said that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that it is very rare to get the association of the sadhus. Sadhu sange, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoi. That means if you are getting the fraction of seconds, if you get the association of the pure devotees of the Lord, great devotees, that will change your entire life. So that's the power of the great devotees. So here, Parīkṣit Maharaj is also one of such great devotee. He is about to leave this material world for the 7 days. So here, all the sages, they are declaring that he is a great devotee of the Lord. He is the foremost devotees of the Lord. So they are decided, they are discussing among themselves, let us all stay here until he leave this material world. Like that, they were all decided. So this will happen only with the Vaishnavas association, because all the other mundane people, they will cry and they will cry for the, if somebody leaving, somebody about to leave this material world, they are in the last stage. What is the mundane people will do? Normal people, they will sitting around them and they will around that person. They will cry and they will do this, what to do. They will share their emotions. But Vaishnavas don't do that. If somebody is about to leave, Vaishnavas sit there and do the kirtan and read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, so that the person, that will be helping the person who is about to leave think about the last stage. So that is the quality of the Vaishnava. That is the utmost, that is the topmost way, that is the intelligent way to live this material world. So the only Vaishnavas aware of that. And coming back to this, there are some specifications in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna talk about his spiritual world and material world, about and all about our souls, our individuality, ourselves. So in Bhagavad Gita 7.7, I'm just reading the translation here. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything resting upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So how the pearls, if you see if you consider this as a pearl, inside there is a thread. Inside of this Kandimala, outwardly we are seeing the Tulasi beads, but inside there is a thread. So Lord is saying that the entire, everything, all over the universe is resting upon him, like how the pearls are strung in this thread. Similar way, everything resting upon him. So that is the way Lord is representing himself. So because we can't imagine how big the Lord is, what is the opulences of the Lord. So if somebody beyond that, our capacity to understand, only that person, one who is there in the same level, that person can explain about that person, or who is upper than that person can explain about that person. But there is no equal, or there is no upper than, no greater than the Lord. That is the reason in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking about, Lord, you please explain about your opulences. So that time, Lord is explaining to him, because nobody can explain about the Lord, because he is the topmost. So nobody beyond him, and there is no equal to him. That's the reason nobody is there to explain other than himself. So he is explaining him about himself. On the 8.21, that which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns. That is my supreme abode. So here, Lord talking about his supreme abode. So all the Vedantists, all the spiritual people, who are the devotees of the Lord, who aspires to go to that abode, that person, once they reach that place, they won't, the supreme destination, they won't come back to this world. They won't never come back. So that is the assurance Lord is giving here. And in 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajate mam bhuta bhava samanvitaha. What is saying? I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So this is one of the eye-opening sloka. So people are asking, who created the nature? Automatically it came. It is came by itself. There is a big blast. Those things, everything is saying, people are saying. So here Krishna clearly saying that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. So people, current mundane people, they don't know the source. Big Bang theory, this theory, that theory. There are so many theories they are coming up. But Krishna himself there is saying everything coming from me, spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. Everything is emanates from me. So he is the source of everything. So the person who perfectly know this, engage in the devotional service. So who will do the worship the Lord? Who knows that God is the source of everything, spiritual and material world, and everything emanates from him. So if we know that, then that person will engage in the devotional service. And this is also Lord is saying. And in Bhagavad Gita 10.20, Lord is saying, I am the super soul, O Arjuna. So he is saying that he is a super soul, seated in the hearts of all living entities. He is seating in the hearts of all the living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and end of all beings. So he is the beginning. So we are seeing that there is no birth and death for the souls. But Krishna is saying that I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end of all the beings. So how it happen? When Pralaya happens, all the universes, it will go into the Mahavishnu's body. So that is the end of all the living entities. And again, once he breathe out, that time all the living entities will come to the place. So that is the beginning. So, and whatever the life we are living in this material world or in this the spiritual, the material world, and taking birth and again and again, this is the middle. So he is the source of beginning, middle, and end. So this is the explanation Lord is giving to Arjuna. And the similar way in 10.42, Bhagavad Gita 10.42. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So he's saying that, see, it is nothing. I am single fragment. This material, entire universe is also a very, very single fragment. So we can say the fragment is a one dot. So the great supreme Lord, the taking care of this material, entire universe, it is just a one fragment. He is saying that it is just a fragment. So we can visualize how big the universe, how big the many universes are there, millions of universes are there, how the Lord is handling those. Because it is beyond our imagination. So in 15.6, Natat Vasayate Suryo na sasango na pavakaha yadjatvana nivartante taddama paramam mamam. So what Krishna is saying, that supreme abode of mine is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. So in his supreme abode, where Krishna is staying there, that place, there is no sun, because in material world, if sun gone in the evening, in the night, you can't see the sun. That time there is no light. Then moon is illuminating. So the moon actually reflection of the sunlight. It is capturing the sunlight and it is giving the light to this material world, to the earth. But Lord is saying that there is no sun, there is no moon, there is no fire, there is no electricity in my abode. So still the Lord abode is illuminated. How it is illuminated? That is from the Lord's power. That is Lord's power. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So he is again talking about the supreme abode. So how we can imagine that, how the supreme abode, we can imagine how it is, how it will be. There is no sun, there is no moon, there is no fire, there is no electricity, but still it is illuminated. So once we reach that, we never going to come back to this material world. That's what Krishna is telling in this lokaṁ. And again, 15.7. Mamaivamsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasastrani indriyani prakritistani karsati. What is saying? The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragment parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So here this is the point where we are the part and parcel of the Lord. So if somebody asking what is the connection between Lord and mind, so here the answer. Lord is saying that all my living entities are my eternal fragmental parts. So we are also part of the Lord. But due to our conditioned life, we are struggling with our six senses, including our mind. But we are supposed to be always along with the Lord and to be happy. But we are currently also Lord with us, but we are not able to realize that because of our senses. So because of our senses, because of our mind, we are not focusing on the Lord, we are focusing on the material opulences and material sense gratification. So that's the reason we are not able to realize that. But still, even though we are here in the material world, still we are part of the fragmental part of the Supreme Lord. That's why Lord is saying that I am sitting in the everyone's heart as a super soul. Paramatma, he is sitting in everyone's heart. Why he is saying that? Even though we forget, Lord won't forget us. So he is sitting there. Always he is coming along with us till we reach the destination, super soul. So once we reach the Supreme Abode, there anyway Lord is there. We will always part along with the Lord. That's why Lord is saying. So here we can, if somebody asking where it is mentioned, we are also part of the Lord. This is the sloka you can mention, 15.7. And 15.5. How to reach the Lord. So for that also Lord gave the solution. Nirmana moha jida sanga dosa adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandair vimukta sugadukka samner gacchandi amuda padamau vayaṁ tad. What is saying? Those who are free from false prestige, illusion and false association. So this is the three things we have to be keep in mind. We need to be free from false prestige. We should not have any prestige because we are nothing in this material world. That understanding should be there. Illusion. We should not be illusion. Okay, I am the big person. That kind of illusion. And false association. We should not have any false association. We should have only the devotees association, great devotees association. Who understand the eternal. So the association should be who understand the eternity, who understand the Supreme Lord, who are done with material lust. Okay, materially, I don't want anything material. I'm just creating these material appearances. Whatever I'm getting, every birth and death, I'm enjoying this material life always. Many millions of birth I took to enjoy this. Now I took the human birth and I got the association of devotees. Let me get into the spiritual path. I don't want any material anchoring. I don't have any material anchoring. So in that way, we need to say that we need to be come to the conclusion, come to the realization that I am done with the material lust. And who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress. Okay, something making me happy, something making me distress. Who are free from those happiness as well as the distress. Who are all free. And who unbewildered. Unbewildered in the sense who are not don't have any fear at all for anything. So the sadhus who are even though they are old age, they are roaming here and there always, but they are always dependent on the God. They never lament for anything. They never lament for any material. They already almost they're already completed with the means frustrated with the material. So they don't attach with the material things, and they don't have any dualities. They don't feel happiness or distress. Whatever it is there, they will. That is the gift of the Lord. That's why they will take and they will go away. And that they were unbewildered. They are unbewildered. They won't fear for anything. So know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, and that person should know how to surrender to the Supreme Person. That person attain that eternal kingdom. So these are all the qualities to attain the eternal kingdom. So whatever the eternal kingdom, how it is, all those things we saw, all these slokas, what Krishna is saying. So how to reach that? We need to follow this. If you know the Supreme Lord and surrender to Him, and if you leave the false prestige, if you leave the illusion, if you leave the false association, and understand the eternal, and done with the material lust, and free from the dualities, happiness and distress, and unbewildered, that person can surrender to the Supreme Lord. Then that person can attain the eternal kingdom of the Lord. So this is another one of the important sloka, how to attain the Supreme Lord. So Hare Krishna. So today the sloka we discussed that all the rishis who assembled in the bank of Ganges, they all decided, let us sit here and continue until Parikṣit Maharaj go away from this material world. So this is the auspicious time, because we may not, even though when some Vaishnavas is supposed to leave this material world, definitely we should be there in that position, because the Lord sending this Vishnu Dutas will come and take them. So we will get the association of the Vishnu Dutas at least at the time of death, but the time of others' death also. So that's the reason we need to be assembled that place. We need to be there if some Vaishnavas leaving that, great Vaishnavas are leaving the material world. So that's the way this sages also decided that Parīkṣit Maharaj is the great devotee. So he is about to leave this material world in the 7 days. Let us all wait here until he leaves this material world. So, and he is going to reach the spiritual world. That is also the sages able to foresee that. Hare Krishna, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna, any doubt?